let's talk about something like a sport, okay? In the Image Clothing Company's main site, the 16th of August, 2026. This video's title, The Body Works Before We Could Understand How It Does. Personally, me, Evan Strong, the founder of In the Image Clothing Company, and here to lead this for life, I'm really athletic. I don't mean to brag, but in all truth, there's a lot of sports that I've got a lot of experience with and that I can play very well. My body works very well as well. I have this company here, In the Image Clothing Company, and our slogan under our main site is allowing the body to work, where you are here, right? I preach what I have practiced. Just for context, I personally have played a lot of sports, and I'm good at a lot of sports. Just the case, okay? A lot of practice, but also I'm just pretty naturally athletic. What I'm saying is, let's say something like basketball. Whether you've ever played basketball or you like it or don't like it, that doesn't matter right now. You've got a ball. You hold the ball, and there's a hoop or a rim, a circle. You're going to throw this ball and get it to go through this hoop or the circle, the rim. How is this going to happen? Physics. You'll never get the body to do anything besides the shape and length of the bones connecting directly to each other through ligaments and muscles connecting to those bones through tendons and just pulling directly in line. It's a neutral position to the entire human being. There truly is only one way the human body could ever work. No possible opinion to it. It's mathematics. You can measure it by yourself. Okay. Your body needs to be unaltered first. But the 16th of August, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here, this video's title, The Body Works Before We Can Understand How It Does. What I mean by your body needs to be unaltered first is that's really what we do here under In the Image Clothing Company's main site is we get out of chronic patterning that gets built up in the body. So you've got to remember that first of all. If your body's within chronic patterning, then this might seem like some foreign concept. But this is undisputed mathematical truth. The body always has a neutral position to every single function within it. There truly is only one way the human body could ever possibly work. Universal laws outside of all of us, even just gravity, okay, pulling straight down on us. You're playing basketball. You've got to first support this ball in your hand. Let's say you're right-handed. 85% to 90%, give or take, of the entire population of the earth is right-handed. That's a patterning in itself. Using one side of the body more than the other side. There's a center to the body. We've got to use both sides of the body evenly, okay, to stay centered. With Earth-centered gravity pull and bone in the center line of our body, there's no opinion to it. There's only one way the body could ever work with a human being, and animals as well. In the Image Clothing Company Poodle is one of our fourths. You've got ribs on either side of your body that'll expand differently if you're not centered physically on Earth's surface, meshing with the centered pull to gravity. You won't even be able to breathe if you're not physically centered, all right? Without a deep patterning. Like being right-handed in itself, like I'm saying, it's a pattern. The body works before we can understand how it does. It only does what it does. 16th of August, 2026. This video's title under In the Image Clothing Company's main site. The body works before we could understand how it does. We've got 2 feet evenly opposing the center line of the human being, gripping arches inward with these different length 5 toes within the universal human design. That's how we stay vertical. But you're shooting a basketball, okay? You've got a ball. You've got to first support the ball on top of your hand. So your forearm has to be vertical. If your forearm was leaning left, well, Earth's vertical gravity pull is still vertical. The ball would fall off your hand with your forearm leaning left. If your forearm was leaning right, Earth's vertical gravity pull is still vertical. The ball would fall off your hand. If your hand wasn't straight above your elbow, but your forearm was leaning right. So you got to first start with Earth's vertical gravity pull and holding the ball just above your hand. There's only one way this happens. With your forearm vertical. There's no technique to train. There's no training of the body that's physically possible to ever do. There's physics that have always and will always work the exact same. And there's the body that grows by itself and has always and will always work the exact same. As it ever has or will. The 16th of August, 2026. This video's title, In the Image Clothing Company's main side. The body works before we can understand how it does. You don't have to like basketball, but you first have to have your forearm vertical to have something balance on the palm of your hand without it falling off. It's physics, it's gravity. But also, there's only one way you can have your forearm vertical because there's two bones in the forearm, the radius and ulna, that mesh into the elbow joint, which is a joint of three bones. The upper arm bone, called the humerus, comes down and meshes into the radius and ulna, the two bones in the forearm. So there's only one way you can have this happen. To even keep the ball vertical without it falling off your forearm first, there's no technique to train. There's only one way the bones connect in the body. You take your arms from hanging down at your sides and you bend them at the elbows, so now they're pointing forward. You internally rotate your right forearm, bring the thumb in. Now you lift the arm up above that position, just bringing it up vertically like this. Then you bring the wrist back, you set a ball on it. It's physics. There's only one way the bones connect in the body. There's only one way you'll ever possibly get to this position. There's no technique to train. It's just the body only does what it does. Before we could ever understand what it does. This video's title, the 16th of August, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main side. The body works before we can understand how it does. So now you're bent at the elbow. The upper arm bone, the humerus, is still just hanging straight down with Earth's vertical gravity pull. You're internally rotated at the forearm, the two bones, the radius and ulna. You bring the wrist back and lift the forearm up, bringing the humerus forward to about a 90-degree angle. The forearm's vertical with Earth's vertical gravity pull in all the ways, left and right, but really front and back as well. Now you've got a ball on top of your hand that won't fall off with gravity. But there's only one way you can possibly physically, mechanically, anatomically get to that position. It's like this. Bend the elbow, internally rotate the forearm, bring the wrist back, lift the arm up, and it's got to be vertical. Now in this position, you're going to throw the ball. All you're doing is pulling a muscle where it connects to bones on either end. The tricep muscles on the back of the upper arm bone, called the humerus, connect to the elbow joint where the radius and ulna meet the upper arm bone, the humerus. Then they come up and they connect to the shoulder joint where the humerus meets the collarbone and shoulder blade, the scapula and the clavicle. It's just all what it is. This muscle on the rear of the upper arm bone, the triceps, there's three of them. Tri, that means three. Ceps. They pull together. But they only pull directly in line, so you have to point your arm exactly to where you want it to go, and now you just pull the muscles together. It'll never do anything else. There's no technique to possibly train. There's only one way the bones connect in the body. This video's title, the 16th of August, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main side. The body works before we can understand how it does. So now you pulled the muscles to extend the hinge joint of the elbow. You didn't push the ball away from you. You pulled the ball away from you, truly. Pulled muscles to extend a hinge, and it just catapulted the ball away from you. And now you're going to use muscles in the forearm to pull the hand closer to the elbow, wrapping the hand up and around the wrist joint, essentially, like this. But the bones only track directly in line. Muscles connect to these bones directly and only pull directly in line There's no possible technique to ever train in the human being. It's impossible. There's no new information. It's not a sales pitch. This is mathematics. It's truth. The body works before we can understand how it does. This video is titled, the 16th of August, 2026. Under In The Image Clothing Company's main site. We're a clothing company? Yeah. Allowing the body to work is our slogan. So there's only one way you can possibly shoot a basketball. The way the body works. If you're going to make a robot, you've got to make the robot able to shoot a basketball. It only will shoot the basketball if you build it in a position it can. The human body is essentially a robot. It only could possibly shoot a basketball the way that it could shoot a basketball. And there's a neutral position to the entire human being. It might sound crazy. It's no opinion, no new information, as I've said, but it's just to make it clear. This is eternal truth. It's been this way always as well, for every human being to ever live on any end of time. There's a universal human design, and it's just physics. It's just mechanical operations. Hinges, levers, rotations. Measurable mathematical degrees of functioning. That's all the human being is. So there's only one way you'll ever possibly shoot a basketball with the human body. You know, it's not a blanket statement. We could discuss the anatomy and any kind of position you could try to do it in. It's always just mechanical operations. And there's always just only one way the bones in the body are shaped. They just grow by themselves. And, I say maybe like since we're full grown until we die, it's the exact same. But really, since you're a baby until you're full grown as well, the body's the same thing. It's just getting proportionately larger, and the bones are still forming until we're full grown. But then, yeah, at least once you're full grown until you die, there's only one way the body could ever possibly do any physical motion. And it's only what it is. So that's the thing. This video is titled, the 16th of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here. The body works before we can understand how it does. And so, as crazy as it could seem, and it's always the case, you don't have to believe in anything for truth to be truth. It's impossible to train motion to happen that differs from the only way the body grows and mechanically just functions. So you can spend day in, day out, day in, day and day after day for the rest of your life trying to train motions in your body. But if you don't know how your body works, you will never achieve what you're trying to do. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. Nobody could have an opinion on it. I'm not all worked up because I think I had some breakthrough that I want you to care about. It doesn't matter if I even existed. This is truth forever. It has nothing to do with me, Evan Strong, other than a deep understanding, and I'm the founder and leader for life of In The Image Clothing Company here, where this is what we do. It's about things like this: amputations, deformities, birth defects, major surgeries, injuries you're healing from. It's about clothing the body with anything and not altering the body. Things like joints of material of clothing meshing with joints of body parts. For example, one of the things. There's a lot of imbalances in clothing that get us into chronic patterning. And so if you're in a pattern of working and your body is just trying to move around something that's physically in its way, we're doing everything we do in life in and through the literal word of clothing our bodies with anything. So if it's in the way of your body moving, your body's not going to move. The only way your body can, there's no possible opinion to it. It's just a machine, man. Literally. Unless you break a bone, separate bones at the ligaments, pull a muscle away from a bone where it connects to it at a tendon, or something like this, the body will never have any motion be possible in it besides just how it's connected, which is extremely specific. Look at the knuckles of my hands, or yours. They're only ever going to mesh if they're meshing. Okay, wow, that's simple enough to understand. For everybody who has one, or everyone who has a body, literal wording, truth is truth. We don't get to decide it or change it as human beings, yeah. There's no possible opinion to what we're doing here under In The Image Clothing Company, as far as our slogan being allowing the body to work, being the only thing you can do. You'll never get the body to do anything besides just what it can already do. The body works before we understand how it does. Well, before we can understand how it does, is this video's title on the 16th of August, 2026. In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, we also say there's only one way the human body could ever work. Well, that's the thing. It's already going to be able to do what it's going to be able to do. It'll never do any more than that. You're not going to train the body to do something new. It's impossible. It's impossible. It is. You might think you're doing something, but, you know, then your body's stiff and sore because you've just forced it to try to do something it didn't fully do, but you almost forced it to. No. There's only one way. And there's no possible opinion. It's physics. So we discuss it for the sake of doing what our slogan is here under In The Image Clothing Company, allowing the body to work. Every body has one. It's got to be able to work as well as it can, or else it just doesn't. Breathing. There's only one way it happens. Before we understand how it does. The heart pumping blood through the entire body. The body works before we can understand how it does. Standing. We're all doing it before we understand really how. I mean, as a baby, your body isn't being taught how to walk. Your body's just walking for the first time. It's not like you're having your body do something that's a new thing you're getting it to do. It's just something it hasn't done yet. But it's not new for the body to deal with Earth's vertical gravity pull. But you're just crawling as a baby, and as you figure out how your body just already would be able to stand and do it for the first time, you stand up. As you figure out how your body is already able to just have this motion of walking happen, you just do it for the first time. You didn't do anything new. It's your first, but it's not new for your body as far as something that's new that it's able to have the possibility of doing. The body already does that. It just hasn't done it yet. You go play a sport and the body already can only do the motions it does, but you just maybe haven't done this yet. But you've done this. Walking, swinging your arm forward and back. 16th of August, 2026, in the Image Clothing Company's main site here. The body works before we can understand how it does. You've already walked, swinging your arm forward and back, even if you've never played basketball. You've already bent your elbow before, even if you've never played basketball. You've already internally rotated your forearm before, even if you've never played basketball. You've already lifted your arm up before, even if you've never played basketball. Now all you got to do is just rest a ball in your hand. Maybe you've never done that before. But now all you do from here is just extend your elbow, which you've already done before. Maybe getting up out of bed. You can't train something. It's impossible in the body. I'll be doing this the rest of my entire life, meaning it's not like I've come in here with some breakthrough. I'm going to change the whole game. Well, let's teach some people what's really happening. It's always been happening. It's not new. But if you don't understand it, you just don't understand it. As I didn't until I was about 24 years old, a few years ago from today's date. 16th of August, 2026. But under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, this video's title has and always will be the truth. Undisputed factual mathematics. The body works before we can understand how it does. And the thing is, it's not just mathematics only as far as the motion of the hinges and levers of the bones, but things like the heart pumping blood, the lungs breathing, exchanging oxygen, and carbon dioxide, stranding together DNA, all of the things in the body that it does, thought processes, intellect, and electrical synapses in the brain. All of this stuff is always and has always happened, always will just happen, before any individual human being could even understand that it's happening. We'll never get the body to do anything. It's impossible. It's not some kind of proclamation from here forth. It's always been the case. It's the truth. Always. You'll never get the body to do anything besides what it's always been able to do. It just might be your first time doing it personally.